are. Let's make sure this is turned off. All righty. There we go. There we go. Man. Yo, 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 yo. Sure that's up. Sure that is up. Oh, yeah. Yo, wait, Raze, what's going on, man? What is up? Yo, Lucas, what's going on, buddy? Again, make sure you guys are smacking that like button. What up, what up, what up? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to you. Um, shit. I guess tomorrow when I go live, it'll be fucking. We'll be live on. Because this is the 31st, right? Yeah. When we go live tomorrow, it'll be the new year. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Again, I put out a new video. Who's number one top 5 middleweight prospects? I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I really like making that. That was a lot of fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Taj? Am I tripping or is it live late today? It's a little bit later. It's typically around this time, but it is a little bit later. Rongju versus Quinlan Sao Kid. I like Quinlan. Rongju is out. He's hurt. That fight's not happening. Yo, Lolita, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yep, we are live. What is up? Hopefully everybody's doing well. I don't know why it's doing that. Ba, 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 ba. Let's do that. That's cool. Cool t-shirt. Appreciate you. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah. I guess there was a Ryzen today at 11 p.m. It's interesting. McDonald's. McDonald's. Yo, what's up, John? What is going on, buddy? I guess this these. Oh, Danny Sabatalo is fighting. 3 5-minute rounds. Where is this at? Oh, internet pay-per-view. Of course it is. Of course it is. How much about you? Not too much. I'm watching Ryzen live right now. Hell yeah. Oh, what does my T-shirt say? It's UFC stuff. 1993 when it was. Love it. I can thank the wife for this one. Happy New Year's, everyone in the chat. Appreciate you. Armin Shara tied. Yeah, it was stupid. People are going crazy. Oh, Armin picked up Shara. It means nothing. It means nothing. People are, I don't know. They like to clickbait a lot. We are live. I'm watching it on stream if I can get you the link somehow. On a stream? Oh, okay. Let me see. Ryzen. Oh. Hold on a second. Let's do here. Let's go just to a search. Maybe on X. Oh, maybe I'll check that out. Ken Islam wrestler Jordan guy who is 6-time world champion in wrestling? Probably. Probably. Until I see otherwise, probably. Trying to figure out. Watch. Fuck. CageWonks.com. One of the guys is, yeah, Sabatalo, Danny Sabatalo. Oh yeah, that's showing me fucking Octagon's last one. Streams. Here we go. Ryzen official pay-per-view stream. Yeah. How much is it to stream their card? watch. $20. $20. Wow. I'm not saying that, Gavin. You know, it's actually a crazy prospect. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Gonna stay up all night to watch? Hell yeah. I have a link if you want it. I can't take a link. I'm sorry. But I appreciate you, Tristan. That just can get me that can get me in trouble. I don't want to do that. Appreciate you though. Syed Nurmagomedov versus Montel Jackson prediction. I like Montel Jackson, but Syed coming off 2 losses, I probably go Syed. Montel's disappointed me in his last few fights. Again, Tristan, I am gonna watch them once I can find them on the internet. You know, um, is that something you guys would be interested, like a post fight, like a breakdown afterwards tomorrow? Because I'll have to watch them, of course. Yeah, so I thought Sayed beat Bryce Mitchell. I thought he had the most significant thing in that third round. I have no idea, Joey. No idea. For us, Zion versus Grant Dawson prediction. Again, I really like Grant Dawson if he can wrestle. Zion is really good keeping his range. We've seen that when he fought Nazim Sadikov. I think Nazim's awesome, and he dominated Sadikov. So probably go Zion, but I'd be rooting for Dawson. Eating a snack with a beard like that would be a real chore with cleanup. Not hard at all. Yo, what's up, Armat? Hey, what's up? Met you? Nope. That's not true. No idea who you are. Gotta be honest. Can any MMA fighters ever out wrestle Zelyev, Dagestans, etc.? Yeah, probably not. Honestly, I think like UFC, like cardio and all that stuff could become a problem at times, but only time they're losing like that is cardio problems. That's like Rodolfo Vieira when he lost, got submitted by Fluffy, he got tired. Rafael Viziev versus Faraz Zion, who probably Viziev because of the power. I think his power could be a real difference. But again, Zion's really good at keeping that distance, really good at body locks. So it'd be an interesting fight. You see Roman Dolidze versus CLD was announced for London. I did see it. I did a short on it, our prediction, and on the community page. Um, yeah, I mean, I love that fight for CLD. I think it's a CLD domination. I think Dolidze stands a 0.0000001% chance of winning that matchup, especially since CLD has fought Rodriguez, who's a better grappler than Dolidze. Maybe not on paper, but in the UFC at least, I like CLD. What place has the best wrestlers outside of the? I mean, mm, I mean, it's crazy because like GSP wasn't a wrestler at all. He was incredible. You know, John obviously is a wrestler and he's really good at it. But honestly, I think it's one of those things where I think we've seen better grappling and stuff from guys that are well rounded than strictly just a wrestler. Fucking oh my eye, God. Maybe America, yeah. George St. Pierre versus Anderson Silva, GSP. He just his game planning was incredible. GSP for sure. I don't think it'd be a domination, but who should fight Bruno now that Paulo was out? Maybe Kopylov. Yeah, we could do Kopylov. It's not a bad matchup at all. Oh, you could do Abu. Um, yeah. Oh, wait. Bruno already fought Abu. I'm sorry. He lost, I believe. Yeah, that's a good one. May MMA, you looking forward for Walter versus Reyes April 11th? I haven't seen that confirmed. I've not seen that confirmed at all. I hear people talking about it, but I haven't seen it confirmed. What do you think about Rizbayev? I like him a lot. I thought he'd beat Joaquin Buckley 2 rounds to 1. I think he's a good fighter. You got to check it out. Herma MMA. Herma? is goaded. I like the it more than regular MMA or par or on par. What are you doing? Herma MMA. Um, Army vet turned MMA fighter fitness coach. I don't understand what I'm looking at though. Oh, Brave is live right now. Oh, it's nonstop fighting. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand what I'm fighting. I'm looking at because it just has shorts. Oh, that's Herman. Hold on. Herma. Oh, there's no R. What am I reading? Hema. Goodness. Uh. Oh my God, you're talking about the armored stuff? Absolutely not. Is this the chat where we confess things we regret? Okay. Not here. No. Herma. Hem. No R. Hema. Yeah. Hema MMA. It's fucking armored MMA. Absolutely not. 3.5 weeks. Yeah. Can't come quick enough. Yeah. Absolutely not. I know a lot of people like it. I do not. Is it brutal? Sure. Sure. No. Uh-uh. It seems it's gimmicky to me. Um yeah, no. Nope. But thank you for letting me know. Dude, it's mixed between Hema and MMA fucking goaded. Okay. Alexander Topuria versus Evolov. Who's gonna win? Evolov. Not even hard. It won't even really be that competitive. And I'm not a big Evolov guy. So yeah, I seen it. It's something. I'm looking right at it now. I don't know. I don't know. Gosh. What's your most toughest matchup to call coming up? Ooh. Well, I got all these matchup stuff right here. Hardest one to call. Um oh gosh. I mean, this is probably the hardest one. Whoa. That's probably the hardest one. Kaio RDR. That's probably the hardest one. That's another reason why I'm fine with them not giving Armin the shot. Imagine we wait 6 weeks for UFC 324 and Armin pulls out. Yep, correct. Correct. I'm interested in Hema fencing and MMA, so it's like the best of both. Cool. I'm glad you like it. RDR versus Kaio is a banger. Yeah, it's one of those fights where every year you're like, can that live up to the hype? Because I'm super hyped for it. Gosh, I hope they grapple. I hope they grapple. Kaio got that one potentially. I think RDR could out wrestle him and out grapple him, especially if he's fixed his cardio. I mean, that's the biggest question. If he fixes his cardio, he can do a lot of good work with the grappling. If he doesn't, it could be a hard time. Obviously, Kaio is no joke. That fight with Imavov was a lot closer than people gave it credit for. I thought it was 3-2 Imavov, but there's a more than likely potential if he didn't get eye poked as bad as he did by Imavov every time he went to enter, he could have won. If correct, victim. I suppose it's not as interesting if you aren't already interested in fencing in some way. Yeah, that's 100% true, Rays. 100% true. RDR might be cutting too much weight too and could gas again. Well, I listened to his interviews because again, I really, really like that guy and he's interesting to me. And he talked about how it was just, you know, he didn't he didn't feel good. I mean, that's what it was. So obviously, I think if he loses, he will go to a different weight class. But I don't think that's what it'll be. Even if he loses, I don't think it'll be a cardio problem. I just don't. Because again, in the interviews, if you listen to him, he's very confident. He knows what the issue was. He can fix that part. That doesn't mean he's going to win every fight, of course. I'm just saying. 3 rounds, yeah, that's true. I used to love MMA, UFC when it first started. Okay. Yeah, I like it as the years go on more and more because I like technique. Of course, I always like brawls and stuff, but I've been burnt by those guys that are able to brawl so hard in the past because I'm like, oh, this guy can brawl. He could turn it into a brawl. But when he fights a guy that's more well rounded or more technical, 9 times out of 10, those guys do not win. So, as much as I like those brawling fights, I'm like, ooh, Ken, that style's not going to last very long. It's just not. Man, I want to see Fluffy DDP so bad. Me too. Strickland is a good matchup, but dang, it was that far better matchup, in my opinion. Strickland is not a good matchup. Killer Beard, brother. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Jealous as fuck. Hey, man, there's a lot of stuff out there you can if you have a hard time growing one, a lot of stuff out there you can take to help you grow it. How do you see Verhoeven doing in the UFC? It all depends on his takedown defense. Thor, hi, just passing by. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Smack that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night. Stay safe. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Strickland Fluffy. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I hope Fluffy beats the piss out of him. I hope he does. I'm done with Strickland. He's burned fighters or fans way too much. Are you on drug? Nope. Drugs? Nope. I mean, I don't mind it, but DDP was infinitely better matchup. 100% agree. I'm not a fan of Strickland. Period. Correct. Why would you take? Wait, who would you take in Francis Ngannou versus Rico Verhoeven in boxing? Rico. Rico. There's always a chance with Francis to catch him because he has stupid power. Rico. What? What, David? I started. What? You see, the UFC is signing Yoel. Did you see UFC signing Yoel versus Pat? What? What is that? What did they do? I was in the middle of another message. Oh, okay. No, you're good. You're good, El Nasty. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Appreciate you. My bad. Rico versus Gane. Who are you picking? Again, for one, it depends on the takedown defense. But how does he do with a guy that has good footwork like Gane? I don't know. Probably Gane. I would root for Rico though. Did you see Pat versus Yoel? Yes, I did, and Yoel looked like a monster again. Shocker. I didn't expect him to shut him out like that, but he fucking destroyed him. Destroyed him. Again, Yoel's a freak. That's just the reality. He's a freak. I'm not a wrestling guy, and Yoel made that look fun. Rico got the toughness though? Sure. Sure. But the toughness doesn't mean you win fights. I would root for Rico. It just he doesn't have a lot of MMA experience. You still have to see Rico in top level MMA. Correct. 100% correct. How much of the chance would you give Francis to KO John in MMA? His only chance to win that fight is by KO. With John, 10%. And any thoughts on Rico versus Despain? That's a tougher one just because Despain's so much longer, but it can't be the first time Rico's fought a guy that's that long. Oh, gosh. In the one area where Despain's good is striking. Kickboxing, probably would go Rico. In a boxing, I'd probably go Despain. Do you know what a razor? Well, yeah, of course I know what they are, but no, I'm good. Damn, that's low. Wow. Yeah, John's too smart. What do you think he's not going to stand with them? There'll be times where he'll have to, sure, but no. Did you see Armin Vershera Bullet Fight actually wrestling? Yeah, it was awful. People made such a big deal about it. It means nothing. To show you it means nothing is it was a draw, but you could last a few rounds. Does get Justin Gaethje have a solidified fight after January? What are you talking about? He's fighting Petty. Yeah, he's fighting Petty. Islam Hamzat welterweight. Who wins? Islam. No comment. Get you, man. Don't want to talk about it. What are you talking about? The Spain Rico Francis Alex Pereira tournament at heavyweight. Who wins? Um. Oh goodness. This might get people in a wrong way. I think Francis would catch Pereira because that style that Pereira has, and unfortunately, Francis hits too hard. I think Pereira would get hurt and get hurt badly by him because of that. I want Pereira, but I probably would say Despain in a strikers only. Despain or Rico. I'm going to go to Despain because that crazy reach advantage. I would rather see him fight a Can and continue to level up in MMA as opposed to give him a high level opponent like Gon or Blades and then potentially get outstruck or out wrestled, and then that's that. Again, I agree 100%. Hello, hello. You ever see Tropic Thunder? Love that movie. Love from Iran. Hope you're doing well. But prospect breaks into the rankings in 2026. I think CLD does. Ateba Gutierrez absolutely does. Trying to think who else. That's it right now that I can think of. I have no idea who that is. Grok. Alex Pereira would beat current Dominic Reyes. He would beat any version of Dominic Reyes. If you think Tom beats John, watch Tom versus Gon. Thank you, L Nasty. Thank you. For fuck's sake. Thank you. God. Did Cowboy do Muay Thai? Yes, he did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who does Poatan fight next? Is he anomaly and a half? But he's for surely an anomaly. Anomaly. Jesus Christ, I'm not saying that right. Who does he fight next? Probably Olberg. If he doesn't fight Olberg, he's going to heavyweight. Jones versus Tom should be at the White House main event. Yeah, but Tom's not fighting anybody but Gon, and he's having double eye surgery, remember? American beating a Brit. Oh, God. I keep hearing people talk about it. I keep hearing it. Tom Aspinall would beat him. Tom Aspinall would do this. If not, make Dustin Nate. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. I love it. Olberg would be a waste, honestly. Heavyweight is the way. I wouldn't say Olberg's a waste because he has potential to win. I like Pereira to win, especially if he's motivated. But yeah, UFC does good business, but imagine actually investing in the talent like they did to Jones or Connor, and let them do it the right way, not just one or two fights then a title shot. Well, I think a lot of it also is timing. Even Lerone Murphy talked today, like, yeah, it sucked that he didn't get picked for the title fight, but he said he understands it's timing. It's when fighters are ready. That's his way of saying he wasn't wanting to fight in January. Do you think Abdul Rahman Yakinov could be ranked in 2026? Yes, I do. El Nasty, I still seen people saying that Asma would still be Jones even after his performance against Gon. Yep. Waste for Pereira. The right choice is Pereira is up. Damn, Olberg with that pivot on cross against Reyes was art. It's weird because like it was nice, but Reyes ran into it like the span fight. So again, Dominic Reyes wasn't fighting, and he was stationary and moving in on a straight line. Bad stuff. Hello, how are you? Pretty good. How about you? White House card full of heavyweights would be wild. Yes, it would. Pivot in. I got you. I know an MMA YouTuber who said Aspinall still beats Jones, and he was only losing to Gon because of the styles. But Jones is an extremely good striker. He was only losing because of the style. John's a better style than Gon is. What? What do you think would happen in that fight? Corey Sandhagen versus David Martinez. Interesting fight. I'd want David, but probably Corey. They got a big roster, to be honest, compared to back then. Yep, bigger one. Yep. Jones isn't an extremely good striker. He is a good striker. Yeah, he's on it. No, that's what makes him good, though. I think is that he's not a perfect striker. He has to mix everything in all. He has to mix everything together to be as good as he is, and he's been really good at it. Obviously, Jones asked about Derek versus Rico, Despain versus Tuivasa, and Ngannou versus Volkov. Love it. Give me it, please. Can we champion Waldo since he could continue to fight and manage to knock out his opponent even after getting eye poked in the eye? Yeah, thank you. 100% agreed. Corey Sandhagen, Peyton Talbot. I'm going Talbot. I think there'll be moments where Sandhagen's kind of holding on. Talbot does something, ruthless, like good ground and pound, hurting him, a lot of like output in a moment or so, and I think he would win rounds. Who does Talbot fight next? Well, he beats Cejudo, so he's probably 11 or 12. Yeah, gosh. Potentially the winner of Song Yadong, Sean O'Malley. That might be a little bit too much of a step up, to be honest. Can't do Davison. Davison's already fighting. Oh, gosh. Let me see. Let me see. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. No, no, no. Goodness. Come on. Oh, Diego Sanchez is 44 today. Okay. Here's the rankings. Talbot is 8. 100% the winner, Mario Bautista, Vinicius Oliveira. That's who it should be. True, extremely good strikers are Holloway, Ilya, Poirier, Connor. Skill wise, yes. My Jesus, no. Still want to see Buckley versus Ian Gary. I agree. I think Gary bounces his head off the cage or just uses footwork and gets Buckley angry. Morales versus Ian, that's a hard matchup for Ian, but a good one. Cody Talbot. I think Talbot's a step above Cody. The only reason why Cody potentially could be above is because he was a former champion. John Jones is actually aging like wine with his skills and his perspective and boxing display. In his last, it was fire. That jab he had that night was the best I've ever seen in this boxing. Yeah, 100%. He did a really good job of measuring distance. Shocker. You know? Um, yeah, it was good. No matter who he was fighting, he was still using his distance very well. Does Cody still fight? Yep. Do you think John Jones fights again? If it's Pereira, yes. Why did Brazil RoboCop do the one guy so dirty? The Switzerland guy, I think. Guy was clearly out and he landed a monster hammer fist. I mean, because he's already in motion to throw the hammer fist. We've seen a lot of guys get dropped before and come right back. It's happened. Or wake right back up. The referee wasn't there to stop him, so he had to make sure he was out. Oh, okay. Good striker though, like when he an elbow was letting go of a single leg. I forgot. Oh yeah, Stephan Bonner. Yep. I like that the UFC is trying to sign Glory Fighter and stop signing Dagestani fighters. Yeah, saving the sport. Again, I think Dagestani fighters could be good, but they rely on what wins fights. And I think the message shows it's not just about winning fights, it's about fighting. It's about putting on the best performance you can put, not just go win the fight. It used to be go win a fight and you'll get rewarded. Now it's even if you lose, but you're exciting or you're fighting every time, you'll get a couple opportunities. I saw someone in another chat saying the Gon isn't fast, but he was outpacing Aspinall. Who knows who is known for speed? Yeah, that's a crazy thing for someone to say. Holy crap, that's a nice beard. Appreciate you. Anthony Joshua beat Jake Paul so hard. Thank you. It was awesome. I loved it, every second of it. Who's your top 5 GOAT list? John Jones, GSP, DJ, Henry Cejudo, and Hoist Gracie. Glory is so. Oh no, I'm sorry, Cain Velasquez above Hoist. Glory is so exciting to watch. I don't know why it's not popular. Like, it's cool. The problem with me is because I've watched so much grappling. When I watch Glory or kickboxing or anything like that, or even boxing, I'm like, oh, they could throw knees right now. It's a game changer, and so it takes me out of it. You know. Jones Izzy is still valid since Izzy is the last person to KO Poetan. Jones would hold a win like that, and it will make the fight bigger. And we were promised Izzy versus Jones back in the day. Well, only Izzy was talking about that. Jones was not talking about it, and John Jones would absolutely maul Izzy. As much as I love Izzy, not a competitive fight. Dan Bros, a recent fight I rewatched was Henderson versus Lombard. We watched that. MMA fans, shit is certified banger. It's incredible. Both guys get knocked down, I think, twice. Awesome. Dana White and TKO should take over Glory. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, did you see that Anthony Joshua accident? Yes, I did. It sucked. R.I.P. his buddy. R.I.P. his buddy. And there was another person too. It was crazy. It was crazy. I like the painting in the background. Appreciate you. Peyton Talbot versus Umar Nurmagomedov. That's a little pushing it a little high. That would mean he's next to fight for a title if he wins. Hector and Dan had beef. Yeah. Yeah. They fought like someone stole their lunch money. They fought like it was like, and go. Crazy. That's a wild fight. And to think of like Dan Henderson was like 44 in that fight, it's crazy. Favorite fight of all time? Damn, okay. Dana White should keep his filthy hands and bald head out of another MMA stuff and the UFC and just everything, really. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like the Crawford Canelo fight was fun. I like that fight a lot. It was really good. I love Contender Series, incredible. Ultimate Fighter, incredible. Those are all things Dana had control of. Give me more. Why was AJ in Nigeria to begin with? That's where he's from. That's where he's from. Nice watch. Where'd you get it? I don't know. My wife bought it. I think it was AJ's boxing coach and weightlifting coach who died in the accident. AJ may never fight again. Yeah. Yeah. All right, RIP those guys for sure. Which fight have you watched the most? We got that one fight. We all got that one fight. Ooh, fight I watched the most. Ooh, it's Cowboy Razor Rob McCullough. WEC, you can find it on YouTube, or Izzy Alex 2 in MMA. Hector trained at Dan's gym and was a bully. Yep. Yep. Yes, he was. There was a lot of people talking about how Hector was a bully. No, I'm saying what was your favorite fight? Oh, that's what I said. I answered you. I answered you. Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer is next matchup to make it middleweight. I fucking hope it's not. I hope it's not. A broken clock is right twice a day. I mean, they've sold the company now for billions of dollars. Ultimate Fighter, incredible, at least back in the day. Dana White's Contender Series, incredible. Looking for a fight on YouTube, incredible. Give me more fight stuff. Get more stuff. Give me it all. It doesn't matter where if he was there or not. You can get into a car accident anywhere. Yes. What about the Eddie Hall versus those two brothers? Who? Nunes, Harrison, Nunes. I loved watching DC versus Bigfoot. Made me a fan of David versus Goliath. That's true. It was a nasty knockout by DC. That's the fight that made me notice DC because it was a short notice one. I was like, who is this guy? And he fucking mauled Bigfoot. Incredible. Great pull, El Nasty. Great pull. Joe Schilling versus Melvin Manhoef is another classic banger to watch. Dude, great one. That's a great fight to talk about. Joe gets hurt really bad, and then out of nowhere just catches Melvin Manhoef. Oh, goodness. He has been going mental recently. That's not true. I've watched all of his interviews. That's not true at all. I didn't like Bigfoot because of what he did to Fedor. Fair. Fair. I held that more on Fedor not being able to get out of that position, but that's fair. Pantoja Van rematch? God, I hope so. New to the channel, fam, much love from New York, 1914. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. What fight you think was the best? Velasquez versus Dos Santos, 2 or 3? 2. 2. I mean, you had the one moment in 3 where Santos wobbled Velasquez, but after that, it wasn't even competitive. The second one is just a fucking beatdown. But it's hard not to root and like Kane. And when you see him, it's like, oh, he got caught. Okay. I think for me, like, that's the first fight I was like, oh, fighters can just get caught sometimes. It doesn't mean the other guy's better. It just means he got caught, and which can happen. Fedor versus Khabib, who had the better career? Fedor. Fedor. Michael Morales is going to KO Islam Makhachev. No wonder Islam is choosing Usman over Morales. Well, Morales doesn't deserve it. Sorry. Ian Gary's done more. Morales does not deserve it yet. No. Didn't DC slam Barnett? Yes, he did. Damn right. Not in terms of what he's doing now. What is he doing now? He's not doing anything wrong now. Again, I just watched his interviews. Bellator had some bangers back in the day. Yep. Eddie Alvarez, Chandler fights were wars. Yep. That's also where Jorge Masvidal got inverted triangled, was Bellator. Everyone ignores me, my family, teacher, people on YouTube. Okay. Nick Diaz, Paul Daly was amazing too. That's a great matchup. I watched that fight a lot too. Bigfoot has taken some beatings, absolutely. Strikeforce days were the shit. 2 old school MMA fans: Nick Diaz, Jake Shields, Robert Lawler, DC for BC of Verdum. I also really liked Scott Smith. Kung Lee was even there. Kimba was there for a second. Clay Guida won a belt there, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, I really liked Scott Smith. Really liked him. Nate Diaz had one of the best chins ever in MMA. Still does. Tony versus Pettis was fun. That's a great matchup. Right after Tony had fucking knee surgery and shit. It was like 6 months later. Unbelievable. And he's getting kicked with the leg. Jesus. Manel Kopp versus Joshua Van Manel Kopp. Manel Kopp. WEC was amazing too. Ben versus Cerrone. Pettis versus Ben. Yep. Cerrone and Ben fought twice. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anthony Njokuani versus, I don't know. There's a bunch of people he fought on there. He looked incredible in that organization for a while there. Jens Pulver, Uriah Faber twice. Mike Brown versus Leonard Garcia. Mike Brown, Uriah Faber twice. Mike Brown versus Josie Aldo when Aldo won his belt in the WEC. Aldo versus Manvel Gamborian. Aldo versus Jonathan Brookins, which is crazy to think about. Cub Swanson, obviously. Damasio Page had a crazy, 19-second KO or some shit. Yeah, love that organization so much. Have you seen Godzilla -1? No, I have not. Bro, Scott Shields versus Nick Diaz is a classic. It is a good Scott Shields. Who? Faber Brown, yep. Yeah, Faber Cruz, obviously. Patty going to beat Justin. I agree. Yuri versus Ank, who do I have? Yuri, RIP, Stephan Bonner. Yes, RIP Bonner. Prime Kamaru Usman versus Prime Khabib. Who would win? Kamaru Usman. Dana White said stupid. Gabagool. I said you a short montage. I found it later. Okay. RIP Joe Rogan. He's not dead. I still remember Garcia versus Horta. That was a top 5 banger. No. Yes, that's a great fight, but you know it's a better fight? Roger Huerta versus Clay Guida. Oh my God. Clay Guida almost beat him, and Huerta was 20 wins, 1 loss. His career went downhill afterwards, but oh my goodness, what a fight. Oh yeah, Tyson Griffin versus Clay Guida. Tyson Griffin versus Hermes Franca, that piece of crap. Don't know about him. Check him out. Look him up. You'll see what I'm talking about. Awful person. A link to the short. Appreciate you. Khabib beats Usman. Maybe. WC Strikeforce and Bellator era was amazing. Yep. Izzy should go up. I agree. Carlos Condit versus Nick Diaz. Yep. Love that matchup too. Actually, much closer now that you look back at it, but it was awesome. I don't know why MMA fans have fallen off. You know what I think it is? I think if you're not crazy into the sport, you get a lot of publicity for certain fighters. And then when you turn it on and you watch them, and maybe they lose that night, and you're like, oh, this guy's not that good. And then they shit all over him. We're in a clickbait era. Demasio Page, you're a true old school fan. Nobody knows who that motherfucker is. Yeah, oh, I do. I watched him knock out Marcus Galveo. Oh my goodness. He also had a war with Brad Pickett. He looked good in that until he didn't. If you like monster movies, you should definitely watch Godzilla. I know a lot of people like it. I know. Favorite fight? Probably Razor Rob McCullough versus Cowboy. Petty doesn't deserve anything. Armin would submit him both, him and Justin in the same night. Okay, well, how about you have Armin stop punching fans and breaking Dan Hooker's nose before the fight, pulling out of a title fight before that? How about you have him stop doing that stuff? Yep, Scott Smith versus Nick was awesome. Scott Smith also the crazy comeback body shot KO of, ooh, can I get that guy's name? I don't think I'm gonna get his name. He fought him twice. No. This guy fought Nate Quarry twice. He fought Scott Smith. Oh my gosh. I can't remember his name. Again, his record doesn't show that he was actually good at one point, but he was. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see. Oh, Pete Sell. Yep, Pete Sell. Yeah, he was good. Not Pete Sell, but yeah. Okay, Guida was beating up Brian Ortega. Yes, he was. He was doing very well. Ortega went downhill fast. Oh, yeah. You remember that Paul Harris dude who held on submissions? Of course. I wonder what happened to him. He went to other organizations. He held on to Jay Shields' shoulder, and Jay Shields punched him after the fight. Yeah, not good. Khabib would have been insane if he beat him. Khabib would have been top 3 or 5. Oh yeah, agreed, 100%. Izzy goes up, fights Pereira, retires and loses. Pereira goes up to heavyweight. We are live. Oh, living happy ever after. He's never fighting him. Cut Brian, yes. Izzy versus Alex 2 was so fire. Yes, it was. Love it. Zach Wilde, what's up? You're in my chat. You don't like it, you can go away. There's too many big fights as a favorite, but Chandler versus Eddie was great. Yes, it was. Both of them were. I think they fought for a third time. Oh no, I thought Chandler won the second one as well. Armin is a bully. No respect for him. I don't care if he mauls me in 1v1. Dude has no honor. Yep. MMA used to be underground. Now that it's mainstream, the MMA fandom is embarrassing. Correct. So you will be with the bad back and excuses. Yep. He was training partner of Matt Serra. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, damn. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Metalhead. Yeah. Izzy Alex 1 was fired too. It was a good matchup too. Yeah. Why did Shane Carwin stop fighting after the Brock Dos Santos losses? Those aren't nothing to be shameful of. It wasn't that. He had a bad back. His back was really, really bad from the football days when he was younger. Despite Armin's mistakes, he definitely deserves more than Patty Clown. Didn't spoon feeding Patty. No, he doesn't. Sorry. No, he doesn't. Beating Dan Hooker means nothing on the ground. Nothing. Who else? They offered him Gamrot and he turned it down. Who else? Okay. He definitely lost to Oliveira. I thought he lost two out of 3 rounds, but no, he doesn't. Also, he would have had a title shot if he didn't pull out of the fight. Clown. Armin should fight Gamrot instead of doing all these other exhibition bros. Agreed. What was the name of the guy you said was evil? I've been trying to look him up. Hermes Franca. Oh. Gamrot made Armin cry when Armin lost. Really? I didn't see that. Handover Shogun was amazing. Both of them. We talking MMA? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you, honey. I'm So what has Petty achieved? Beating up an old prime low ranked fighters? Guess what he hasn't done? Punched a fan outside of it. Legal problems with that. Headbutted Dan Hooker before the fight. Broke his nose. Pulled out of a fight because of his back problems when he was rolling around with stupid face. What else? Come on. Nasty's KO in UFC history. Don't say the Masvidal knee. Edson Barboza, Terry Adam. Armin versus Ilya. Who wins? Ilya. I like Patty, but Jared Gordon beat him. I agree with that. There's no argument for me. I thought Gordon clearly beat him. Reyes Walker is actually a fun fight. It could be. I'm not a Johnny Walker believer, even a little bit. He did not look good in his last matchup. He found a way to win. I would go Reyes, but he's so hit or miss. Same thing with Walker. That fight's weird. What did Hermes Franca do? Oh well, you want me to tell you, all nasty? I'll tell you what he did. Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, I'll tell you. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, so Franklin was scheduled to fight Drew Fickett, old fighter right there, for a title, uh, June 10th, 2011. Franca, however, turned himself into the Clackamas County Sheriff's officials in mid-May 2011 and was charged with multiple battery charges. This was related to him, a minor, who was a student at his training facility in Clackamas, or MFC President Mark Pevelich then terminated Franca's contract on May 19th, 8 days after the event, citing the arrest of Franca having fought 2 times outside the organization, breaching his contract. Franca pleaded guilty to 1 count of attempted unlawful and was sentenced to 42 months in state prison. He was also sentenced to 4.5 years probation after serving his prison sentence and had to register as a SO. Yikes. Hermes versus Frankie is a low key, amazing fight. Did he fight Frankie Edgar? Why do I not? Oh, he did fight him. That fight of the night. I forgot about that fight, actually. Not a good dude. Does Ian Gary have a good resume? Yes. Petty needs to focus on not getting fat as hell after his fights. He's not fat right now. Hermes Frank, yep. Islam Malzi and Gary, potentially. Just saying. Fair. Fair. White boy, you stupid. Real million fans know Petty doesn't deserve shit. He never fought a top 5 contender and is now getting a title shot. Again, your boy, he must be paying you or something. Again, Patty's not headbutting fighters in the stare down. He's not punching fans outside of a matchup. He's not pulling out of a title shot that he had the night before. Cry to him. Robbie Lawler versus Rory. It's a great one. Hermes Franca is an old school name. I remember him fighting a young ass Nate Diaz in WC and submitting him with an armbar. Damn, I think I spelled his name wrong because I didn't find it, but MVP's dad did the same thing. Really? Ooh, that sucks. Jesus. Does Ian Gary have good resume? Yes. Is there anyone who can beat Islam at the welterweight? Shavkat's the hardest one. Biggest over a hyped bust in UFC history was David Terrell. Yeah, that guy was incredible. Mike, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good holidays. Appreciate you, man. I don't know if Islam mauls Gary. Gary is a very long striker and good takedown defense. Yeah, but the weird thing is like it'll take one takedown to hold him down for 2 minutes and win the round. You know what I mean? H-bomb versus Bisping, uppercut from hell versus Overeem, or head shot, dead shot versus Usman. Nastiest one, I gotta go H-bomb versus Bisping. I mean, Henderson had one weapon, everybody knew it, and he still landed it. Even in his last fight ever against Bisping, he was still able to land it multiple times. Ian Gary is so confident and cocky, but also undeniably good. Yes. How do fans handle this? If he keeps winning, you can't deny him. The H bomb was so satisfying on Bisping. Yeah, he talked so much shit in that Ultimate Fighter. Did you tell him happy birthday? No. Good choice. Oh, the back elbow versus Lombard was nasty too. Yes, it was. Great Christmas at my place. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Good to hear. Hendo hit him again after the KO. Yes, he did. That is the logo in his on his remote in his house, and his logo behind him when he's fighting. Carlos Prates' recent KO of Leon Edwards was one of the nastiest. It was so satisfying. I was so happy about it. Carlos Prates versus Jesus. Okay, that's good to hear, Mike. Hell yeah, man. Again, if you guys can, slap that like button. Appreciate you. Who else has better highlight reel than Carlos Prates? Um, who's a better highlight reel? Ooh. Ooh. I mean, could you put Bobby Green up there? Could you put Pereira? Pereira might have a better highlight reel. Um, yeah, there's some other ones I have to be thinking about it. Y'all remember what? Who? The backhand KO dude landed on Matt Serra was amazing. Oh, Shoney Carter. Yep. Almost forgot Buckley KO. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was good. Melvin Gillard is always left off, but shouldn't be. Dude, Melvin was so good for so long. It's just because of how his career ended that people don't talk about him anymore. He was so good. He had like a 4 fight, and he's also the first person. Gosh, what was it? Yeah, he had like he knocked out Mark Danzig, knocked out. Oh my God, what is his name? Shane Roller, I think his name was. He had some awesome matchups. I know I'm missing a freaking knockout he had. I know I am. Melvin. Oh, that's not right. Was beating up Nate and then got submitted with the guillotine. He was really good for a long time. Let me see. Again, he had a bit of a streak where he was KOing guys. Yep, Evan Dunham was the first person to beat Evan Dunham, beat Shane Roller, beat Jeremy Stevens, beat Waylon Lowe, beat Hani Torres. So he went, Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, Jesus. It keeps skipping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-1 in his last 9 from 2008 to 2011. For 3 years, he went 8-1. And his one loss was a fight he was winning and then got submitted. Wild. Wild. Like he knocked out freaking Dennis Seaver back in the day, 36 seconds in. Disgusting. Gleison Tebow he beat. He has a really good resume. Beat Marcus Davis, but beat no contest with Roger Huerta. Oh, he beat Roger Huerta, but it overturned because Gillard was greasy between rounds. Okay. Anyways, sorry. He's been on the show 4 times in the last 2 months. I did see a couple of those. That was awesome. I'm glad he's doing pretty good. I'm happy he's in a decent mind space right now. Worst title fight ever. Mine is Leites Silva. Absolutely, it has to be the um Rose Carla fight. Awful. Colossian, what's up, buddy? What up? Melvin was instantly jacked. Yeah. Oh, balloon head Joanna. Yep. And Randoman, he reminded me of him. Gillard's cardio was awful. It was only awful a few times. He actually had decent cardio at points in his career. Loved watching Mark Hunt, Roy Nelson, Fedor in DC. Yeah, he had a really good streak. Yes, he did. 8-1 over their 3-year span in the UFC too. Maybe worst title fight Anderson versus Damian Maia, but I don't blame Silva for not wanting to go to the ground. Well, he was beating him up on the feet and he just stopped. I'm probably a lot older than you, and no, I work. Who is this? Holy fuck, I completely forgot about Dennis Seaver. Guy had a nasty back kick. Yes, he did. Over John McCarthy's son. Islam over Prime, GSP, and Khabib. No, GSP's above Islam and Khabib. Izzy versus Yoel was miserable. That was miserable. Lewis Francis. Ooh, not a good one. Yes. Can you believe Melvin fought Izzy at 185? Yeah, that was a way older Melvin. Yeah, Izzy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you also already do Walker versus Reyes? Steve was underrated. No, I think he was perfectly rated. He wasn't great. He was okay, but it wasn't great. No, that fight is not announced. That fight is not announced. I already looked and seen if it was. It is not. Not. Nope. It's just CLD and Roman Dolidze. That's it. That is it. How Islam better than GSP? Longevity for GSP. Islam doesn't have that. Woodley Thompson, one of the where Woodley just ran. That's fair. Carlos Prates loses against everyone in the top five, unfortunately, because each of them are well rounded. Even Sean Brady beats Prates, to be honest. No, he doesn't. Did you see what Morales just did to Brady? No. Melvin regrets taking the Izzy fight. He told me, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that's a fair one. That's a fair one. Again, one of his last great performances he had was he destroyed David Rickles. Yeah, Rickles. He looked really good in that matchup. Ka versus Makayev. That's a good, yeah, yeah. I thought it was a good matchup. Izzy versus MVP. That's a tough one for Izzy. Remember Izzy coming out to bag up, I'll take you on. Oh, yep. Trapped. Knocking out Politan. Holy shit. Yeah, that's crazy. Cruz, Faber, Chris Lieben versus Vanderlei card was the best for me. That's a good one. That's a good one. Lieben, that was also, I believe Lieben fought 2 weeks before that as well. Because I think he knocked out Aaron Simpson. Or TKO'd him on an Ultimate Fighter. Maybe that's wrong. Let me see. Yes, it was. Okay, so he fought Jay Silva, beat him, beat Aaron Simpson, and then fought Akiyama. Triangle, incredible matchup. Lost to Brian Stan, and then a couple months later fought Vanderlei and knocked him out. Yeah, wild. Jake Rochard looked actually really good in the Lieben fight. He didn't do too much after that matchup, but he looked really good in that matchup. I was kind of surprised the UFC kind of just said, "See ya." Um, and he went 1-2 in the UFC, but he fought Dan Miller, Chris Lieben, and Kendall Grove back then. But I don't know. I don't know. MMA Mania is reported at Walker versus Reyes April 11th, UFC 327. Oh, okay. Yep, the caveman. Yep. Cruz versus TJ. Ooh. Chris fucking Lieben. I almost forgot about him, bro. Legend. Absolutely legend. Reyes beats Walker by goofy KO. I hope so. Does Lieben still do refereeing? Yeah, he does. He did UFC a little while ago. TJ Dillashaw is annoying as hell. He explained MMA like a university professor and just goes on yapping. It's so boring. Fair. As a fighter, he was incredible. Chris is an amazing person. He came a long way. Yes, he did. It's so cool seeing him do well. So cool. You heard how Khabib teams keep popping for PEDs? Yep, I did see that. What's up with that? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. One of the worst fights ever was Guida Maynard. Oh, I remember that. I thought Guida clearly won that, and they gave it to Maynard. Where Greg Jackson convinced Clay to back up for 3 rounds, number one contender matchup. Yeah, I thought Guida was doing well with the movement. Maynard was landing some hard shots, but not a lot. Again, I thought Guida won. So I was always a TJ fan. I took his side versus Team Alpha Male. Yep, me too. Me too. Me too. Can Cyril Gane beat Pereira at heavyweight? Of course he can. He's fast. He has good footwork. He's a heavyweight. Do I think he beats Pereira? No, but can he? Yeah. Whitaker Romero too. I thought Romero clearly won. There has to be a 10-8 in one of those rounds that he dropped him and hurt him really badly. Even 1 10-8, I think makes it a draw, but it should have been 2 10-8s where Yoel Romero won. The rounds that Yoel dropped Whitaker were game-changing rounds. Arguably 10-8 rounds. Because the only thing that saved Whitaker was the fact that he was getting 60 seconds in between the corner. People often yell Maynard. I remember Chris Lieben versus Brian Stan being a banger of a hell in the WEC. Sleep. Oh, yep. Not in the WEC, but yeah, it was awesome. I remember thinking, oh, Brian Stan's gonna beat him up. I liked him in the inside, and I didn't trust Lieben if he couldn't keep the distance because he swings wild. And my buddy was like, "There's no way." And yeah, Brian Stan TKO'd him. It was crazy. The new Dom Cruz podcast is pretty good. Have you heard it? He had Aljo Faber, TJ. Oh, I've listened to it, and he just had Herb Dean. I listened to that too. I would mind seeing Whitaker retire. Oh, I agree. Yeah, that one was not in the WBC chance. That one was not in the WBC. That was in the UFC. Cody Cummins soon, Cruz said. Ooh, that's interesting. You all dropped Whitaker in the championship rounds? Yep, badly. Diaz Nunes underrated trilogy. Agreed. Agreed. KJ Nunes was actually good for a minute. I think Pereira will be out wrestled by heavyweights. Potential. They aren't gonna take risks in striking with Pereira. Tom Gane will try to take him down most of the fight. I don't think Gane has to take him down to make it a competitive fight because he has good footwork. Tom has to take him down. Has to. Had David Feldman on the show 2 weeks ago. BKFC is about to do some huge things. That's awesome. That's awesome. I did see that you had him on there, which is really cool. Dominic Cruz podcast are fire. Oh yeah, really good. Oh yes, and make sure you guys are. Let me see. Make sure you guys are checking out. Um, ba, 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 ba. Channel. Make sure you guys are checking out the other side with Mike G podcast. Trying to share channel. Copy. Okay. Yeah, make sure you guys are checking out his channel. Really good interviews, and he has really good guests. So make sure you guys check that out and subscribe to the channel. Pinned comment. Check him out. Prime Aldo in WC days was fucking amazing. Yes, he was. Whitaker wants to go to 205 thoughts. I love it. I love it. I don't think the fights are going to be easier, but I like him not cutting weight. Love the WBC. Mike Brown was extremely underrated. Agreed. Dominated Faber twice. Loved it too. I hated Faber back in the day. Of Whitaker losses one more time, he will retire. Yeah. Who wins if they were the same size, Prime Aldo or Prime Dillashaw? Prime Dillashaw. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Prime Aldo wasn't losing. That's just the reality. Even Prime Dillashaw had tough matchups. Aldo didn't really in his prime. I'd probably go Aldo. Nothing on the Whitakers. He's great, but he's still young and has a great career ahead of him outside the cage. I don't see just don't see a path for a title at the moment. I agree 100%. This is one of the few channels I follow. You do good work, bud. I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so much, buddy. Collab with MMA Guru in 2026. Ask him. I asked him a long time ago, and he said he really wasn't interested in doing collabs. Ask him. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm thinking of MMA Joey. Yeah, ask him. Bug him about it. I'm interested. Bug him about it, and let's see. Love the flying knee KOs from Aldo. Yeah, he was so good with those. Who do you want to see Whitaker fight at 205? Well, that's light heavyweight. Oh gosh. Ooh. It has to be someone in the top 15 because that's just he should. Ooh, he could easily beat Dominic Reyes. Um Let's do Johnny Walker. You would be. Um. I would say let's do him versus Dominic Reyes. I guess the winner of Reyes Walker you could do, but I think Whitaker would dominate those guys. Jesus. Probably Aldo versus Prime Pen in shape. Again, probably Aldo. Who are the top MMA fighters who retired, then came back or came back? The other ones who, off the top of my head, are Aldo and Cejudo. Retired and then came back. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that is it. Unfortunately, felt like there was another one though. Yeah, I guess that is it. Khalil, Yuri, Rakic. I think Yuri's a tough matchup. I think Khalil's a tough matchup. I don't think Rakic is, but Reyes and Walker would be the better ones, just because they're more winnable than Yuri and Khalil. Whole BJ Penn is getting better. God, I hope so. Amanda Nunes come back twice now. Yes, she did. Serious question: Felony Bennett versus Wing C. Who do I have? My bad. Probably Felony. After retiring, Thug Rose beat Silva. Beat Silva. Oh, beat Silva? No. Randy Couture came back. Yes, he did. He looked incredible. Yes, he did against Tim Sylvia. Yep, not Tim Silva, Tim Sylvia. Yeah. Chuck came back. Ooh. Eee. You have some very impressive nose hairs. That makes no sense. Didn't Brock Lesnar retire and then come back in 2016? He did not retire officially. He just came back. Why is it so cheap to throw a party in a haunted house? Because the ghosts bring out the booze. That's a good one. I meet Chuck Liddell, dude, was huge. That's awesome. He doesn't seem to be doing great. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Tom's glasses make me laugh too hard, dude. I know. Tim Sylvia will be on the show next week. Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hell yeah. How the hell are you reaching out to all these guys, man? So awesome. See, my dad met Chuck at a bar in 2004. Oh, that would have been when you meet Chuck. I think he was supposed to fight freaking Randy, and he was up till like 5 o'clock in the morning, just like partying and stuff. And Dana's like, "Dude, what are you doing? Go get some sleep. You gotta fight." Funny, aka Crazy Horse, all day. I love that fool, bro. He's a legend in himself. I bet he'll knock out Wincy with ease, 100%. You think Cyril Gane was gonna pull an upset against Aspinall in the fight continue? Of course. You see how bad Aspinall looked? Best combination combo in MMA history? Oh, easy. Cerrone, Rick Story. Thing of beauty. I think it was early 2000s at the time. Did you ever think Overeem would be a champion while he was outside the UFC? Of course, 100%. I thought he could have been in the UFC. I mean, I don't think he gets enough credit because let's say like, so he fights for a title, he loses that one pretty badly, goes on a win streak, gets another title eliminator or shot, loses, goes on another win streak. All the guy did was win and then lose, win and then lose, and not like win one, lose one, win one, lose one. He was always going on a streak and then fighting for a title or a title eliminator. Nunes better win because if she don't, she no longer will hold the spot as the woman's GOAT. Just how Cejudo's fall from grace went. That's not true. There's nobody that would ever take over Nunes's being the GOAT of MMA. She better get that clean KO. She probably will, but yeah. Which days are the strongest? Saturday, Sunday. The rest are weekdays. I have no idea. I'm so tired on those days. Cejudo never should have retired in his prime. I agree. Or just never came back. Chuck KO and Tito 1 was really good combo 2, one of the best ever. I think it's 2. I think it's 2 when he does that crazy, like what, 25 punch combination. I thought that was number 2 when he does it against the cage. Am I wrong on that? Chuck versus Tito 2 combo. Yeah, I think it was. Oh, you know what? I guess that is one. Yeah, one, he beat his ass. Wow. I didn't realize it was one. Holy crap. Because he hits him with the jab and it makes Tito back all the way up. Yep. There it is, him backing up. And then here it is. Just a ridiculous barrage of punches. Oh my goodness. That is a ridiculous combination. Holy shit. Combo Cerrone was like a like in Street Fighter game. Yep, y'all remember King of the Cage, of course, where I believe Bobby Green TKO'd or KO'd Felony. Best combo in MMA history. Oh, yep, yep. When he hit him with the fucking uppercut. Yeah, disgusting, disgusting. Yes. What do you think about the first UFC card? Is there any chance you'd like to make, or is it perfect as it is? The very, very first one, he could have sworn he fell the tap though. What are you talking about? Most dominant brothers in MMA history, like Rua, Gracie, Diaz, and Nogueira. In MMA, it's between Diaz and Gracie. I'm gonna probably say Gracie. Nah, it's one. Yeah, it's one. Yep, black trunks in the first fight for Tito. Yep, black with flames. Exactly what it was. He just beat his ass in number two. Conor versus Diaz, three at the White House. Very potential. Shogun versus Machida was badass. Yes, it was. Two, he was a beat down. Islam versus Conor White House, but no, God no. Lots of work is how. Hell yeah. Relentless passion and inability to give up. Going to shows helps. That's freaking awesome, man. So cool. Bro, them multiple uppercuts, Gustafsson hit with Teixeira with those. Dude, that's another nasty one. I mean, he hit him with an uppercut, stepped back as Glover threw, I think, a right hand, right overhand, and then stepped back in with his own right hand hook. It was disgusting. Ugh. Will Flurry KO Martin Buday? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was very impressive. I love telling dad jokes. Sometimes he even laughs. Okay. That knee from Murphy versus Aaron Pico was scary. That one sucked. It wasn't a knee, though. It was a back elbow. But those elbow combinations they landed on Woodley are deadly. It was disgusting. Unbelievable. Best non champ in UFC history? Probably Faber. Speaking of Chuck, it's been 17 years since that fight against Vanderlei. That's crazy. Thoughts on Fleury, DeFries, Rosenstruck, Ngannou, Rico, Despain, Vadim signing to the UFC? Rosenstruck didn't sign with the UFC. Neither did Phil DeFree. Oh, if they did, it's good. I mean, they need more talent, especially in the heavyweight division. Forgot about Ninja Rua. Yeah, he wasn't great. Have you already done Ortega versus Mercado pick or analysis? No, I have not. Probably going Ortega. He got beat up. I thought he was clearly down. I thought 2.5 rounds until Mercado for some reason went for a takedown and Ortega submitted him. I'm going Brian Ortega. I think the UFC should sign them. It would make the heavyweight division so exciting. I agree 100%. Makachev will the second on GOAT list if he beats Shavkat and Morales. Yes. And Ian Gary. Hi, what's up? They went dominant, but the Miller Bros were entertaining 100%. Marcano will probably do the same strategy as last time 100%. Machida was striking icon, knockout artist at some point, and Enigma and Anomaly. Yes. I mean, the knockout against Rashad Evans was nasty. What does the non-champ in UFC history mean? Best fighter to never win a belt. Lyoto or Sakuraba? Lyoto. It's probably Sakuraba probably had more memorable things, but Lyoto. So best fighter to never win a belt. If Cowboy comes back, he has to be on the White House card. Dude, I hope so. Machida or him? Or who? Sakuraba? Machida. How about the Dallas Cowboys, man? What about the Dallas Cowboys? Do you think Jones versus Ngannou would be like Ngannou's first fight with Stipe or second fight with Stipe first? Cowboy isn't coming back. God, I hope not. He said he was. He said he wants to hit that 50 mark, so 2 more fights. But God, I hope not, man. Like, of course I want to see him fight. He's my favorite fighter of all time. Of course I want to. I just don't want to see him get beat up anymore. What weight class do you want to see on Tough next season? Ooh, ooh. I would probably ask honestly for heavyweight just because we need more fighters. And then let's do a classic ultimate fighter card to where even if the guys lose like they used to do, let's do a card. Let's do a card. Put some respect on my Dallas Cowboys. That offense is awesome. That defense is trash. Who had a better prime though? Machida. Tony Ferguson is definitely one of the best fighters to have never won a belt. Oh my gosh, you're correct. He won an interim, and so I didn't think about him. Sakuraba, in my opinion, Gracie killer. Anyone remember the Tim Dirty Bird? Chance. Come on, man. Does anybody remember Tim the Dirty Bird means? Of course I do. I want another full heavyweight season. No winning, please. El Nasty, there you go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. That's how you bring eyes to the business you own. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Tim Means was awesome. Yep, big Tim Means guy. Best fighter to never win a belt, Romero. Tony Ferguson, like you just said. Cowboy overrated, got chinned by McGregor under a minute. Yeah, but it's Connor. What are we talking about? Sonnen versus Silva was fire. Yes, it was. Prime Ferguson. Yep. There were rumors of a fight between Magomed Zaynukov. Oof, what a name that is. And Manuel Torres. Do you think it's pressure from Khabib's team so he can get into the rankings faster? Yes. Hot take. Max beats Oliveira and then fights at the White House card. I think Oliveira beats him. Of course, Max can win, but I think Oliveira wins. Ferguson won about interim. It's not the same thing. Do you think Zaynukov deserves to enter the rankings so quickly? No, but it's not like Torres is fucking top 10, you know what I mean? Matt Brown was a killer at welterweight for 2 years. I think he beat Lawler. Ooh, I've never seen anyone thought he beat Lawler. I thought Lawler won 4 out of 5 rounds. I actually thought Brown didn't look that good in that one. I thought the fifth round when Brown let his hands go and he actually wobbled Lawler was his best, obviously his best moment. But it seemed to me that he was worried about the power from Robbie Lawler in that matchup, and he waited a bit too long. I thought Robbie won 4-1. That's crazy. That's awesome though. I think Max beats Oliveira too. Fair. Best fighter to never win a belt is Diego Sanchez. Wow, that's a hot take. Carlos Condit, best to never win a belt. You know what the thing is though? He did win a belt. He beat Robbie Lawler 3-2, clear as day, and we're robbed. We're robbed. In that case, then Colby. Yuck. Damn, bro, is Vicente Luque done? I thought he was high prospect at one point. He was, but look at his style. It was never meant for success down the road, longevity wise. Who do you as coaches on? Who do I have on coaches next? Patty Ilya would be the perfect one, 100%. Diaz Dustin would be incredible. Why prime Lyoto Machida over prime Sakuraba? Well, because Sakuraba did not great as the years went on. Machida still won fights as the year went on. Fair assessment. I appreciate you. Again, I was rooting hard for Matt Brown in that matchup. I thought he waited a little bit too long in that one. I thought he waited to let his hands go when I thought his pressure and combinations could have done some really good stuff against Lawler. And I thought Robbie looked really strong in that matchup. Really strong. I'm obviously kidding. I know you are. If there was another tough nations, which countries and coaches do you want to see? Oh man. I would say New Zealand and Brazil. Could we do that? I think that'd be sick. Brother of Thor. Hoist Gracie technically never won a belt either. Okay. Diego fought feather to welter pre-USADA and fought so many former champs and contenders in close fights. That's fair. Fair. What do you think of AJ McKee? Awesome. I'd love to see him in the UFC. Very, very fun fighter. Hendo best to never win a UFC belt, won many championships overall. There's an argument he beat Bisbee in that last matchup. There's an argument he won that fight, which is crazy because of damage. Yeah, but not their career is just the prime. Okay, well, the prime, Lyoto was undefeated. Sakuraba was not. Yeah, but CM Punk from Mike Jackson was a disgrace to the UFC. I agree. Matt was the one damage plan concert where, yes, he talked about that. I can't remember what interview he did where he talked about it. I tell people this all the time when that comes up. Um, but yeah, that's a crazy thing that I heard him talk about. That's a wild thing. Every time he gets brought up, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Kobe ever coming back, or is he completely done? He's done. We need Yuri coaching tough in 2026. That'd be awesome. Kobe isn't out of his is out of his prime. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not Russia, LOL. They just finna fight all the time. Kobe versus Usman 1 and 2 took his whole career. I thought Kobe was winning the first fight. And I think Kobe could have won the second fight. He just got going too late. I thought he clearly won 4 and 5. Started to come back in that third round, but too late. Kobe broken jaw is still on treatment. I think I broke my jaw. Jesus. Tough Europe versus American coaches, Jones and Tom. Oh, that'd be sick. Again, it is almost 2 o'clock here in the morning. I really do appreciate you guys. Do you know about AJ McKee? Yes. Matt, who out of curiosity, who was at Dimebag concert? Who out of curiosity, who was at the Dimebag concert? Oh, Matt Brown. Matt Brown was at the concert that Dimebag was killed at. We talked about it. He started about running towards at the stage, seeing brain matter, heavy stuff. Damn, that sucks, man. Man. Tough coaches, Cop Van. Oh my God, that'd be sick too. Hendo, Chuck in their prime. Who do I have? Hendo. Hendo. What do you think of AJ McKee? I've already answered you. Amanda Nunes is the top MMA fighter of all time. Not both, but women's, yes. Again, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning here. I really do appreciate you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow for 2026. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Peace.